Yeah, I'm fascinated by flight. I'm fascinated by the skies. I'm fascinated by the way things work. I'm fascinated by soaring to new heights. What about you? Now, I have always wondered why birds choose to stay in the very same place when they can fly and be anywhere on the earth. And then I asked myself the very same question. Then I asked you the very same question. Why do you choose to stay in the very same place when you can fly and you can be in any single place that you so desire? Why? What's keeping you back? What's holding you back? Do you not have an imagination? Muhammad Ali says, he who has no imagination has no wings. And I'm quite certain that we have imagination. Your dreams, your passions, your goals, your aspirations, that's your imagination. It all lives here. Now the Bible calls it faith. It says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Albert Einstein, he summed it up quite well in the very same words, basically, that the Bible says. He said, your imagination is everything. It's a preview of life's coming attraction. And that's your inspiration. That's the wings by which you should take flight upon in this life. Don't choose to stay in your comfort zone. Don't choose to hang around that which is familiar to you. Don't choose to live an ungratified, unfulfilled life, all because those around you, they have no vision. They have no vision, they only have sight. Now, vision is going to take you where sight could never lead you. And that's where your imagination comes. That's where your dreams, your goals, your passions, your pursuits, that's where they come into play. You can be anything that you so desire to be in this life. And why do you choose to stay in the very same spot? I'm asking you one more time, what's keeping you back? Now, there are 4 forces which act upon an aircraft to give it flight. Thrust, drag, lift, weight. Thrust, it is generated by the aircraft's engines. Drag, that's a negative. So whenever you're cutting through, you're making headway, there's always going to be a pull. Lift, generated by the aircraft's wings. But whenever there's lift, there will always be weight. But let me tell you something, for an aircraft to take flight, lift has to exceed that which weighs it down. When an aircraft has to take flight, its lift and its thrust has to be greater than weight and drag. Whoever is keeping you back, whatever is keeping you back, are your own limitations, are your own mindset, are those things which your parents has said to you, your friends have said to you, your family members, they have drilled it in your head from ever since day one. They're saying that you're worthless, you're invaluable, you're useless, you're never going to amount to anything. I'm quite certain that you would have heard those things. But allow nothing that they have placed upon you to remain upon you. And allow nothing in you to stay in you that ought not to be there. Have no limitations upon yourself. You are like a bird. You can fly and be in any place in the earth, on the earth, where you so desire. Why do you choose to stay in your comfort zone? All because it's familiar? You are going to live an ungratified life. You are going to live a bitter life. You are going to live a frustrated life. You see the world out there? Christopher Columbus says, one can never cross the ocean if he does not have the courage to lose sight of the shore. Do you have the courage to lose sight of the shore and strip away every single thing that's keeping you back, every single thing that's holding you back? Where are your limits? Where do your limits lie? In here, down here. So take your limits off. You have to go through a regenerative process day by day to say, I can, I will, I shall, I must. I am going to. Not I cannot, not I should not. Enough with your skeptics. Enough with whatever they have said to you when you were younger. Enough with all of those things. You have so much potential on the inside, but your potential means nothing if you don't get moving. So potential leads to kinetic. So be kinetic, be moving, get moving, fly. You're like a bird, you're like an aircraft. An aircraft is very clunky on the earth in its comfort zone because it hasn't been designed to stay grounded. It hasn't been designed this, but as long as it's in the air, it is one of the most graceful things you can ever imagine. Thrust, push yourself day by day. Get up, will yourself, grind yourself day by day. Look yourself in the mirror. Whatever you do have to do. If you have to see a counselor, a shrink, if you have to call someone for motivation, for help, for assistance on how do you get there, always remember that you need the push, you need the drive. You have to will yourself day by day. Despite motivation might come on the outside, it has to firstly come from inside. Do you want it? How badly do you want it? You are indebted unto your own self. You are indebted unto your own self. You are indebted unto your own self to make it happen, to make it work for you. Trust yourself, push yourself, and be lifted up on your imagination. Keep going at your goal, keep going at your dream. Your imagination is everything. It is the preview of life's coming attraction. I'm quite certain when the Wright brothers would have decided to make the first aircraft, people would have been, no, what is that? Man cannot fly like a bird. But they took the limitations off of their own selves, and by reason of such, they had the first aircraft. And then, had they not done that, then we would have not had aircraft today. If Enzo Ferrari, he continued to listen to his skeptics and his family members and those who would have said no, then we would have had no Ferraris today. And those are just two examples of great people. People that I consider great in the industry and whatever they have done by taking their limits off. You can be anything you so desire. So I am asking you today, what's keeping you back? What's holding you back? Would you leave the shore? Do you have the courage to leave the shore so that you can be in the place where you so desire to be? Then let's get to moving and let nothing keep you back. Not even your own self, not even your own mind, because you are great. You are valuable. You are destined for great things. You are destined for great purposes. You are destined for high places. All right? So your imagination is everything. It's a preview of life's coming attraction. So go hard and never give up. Keep going. Keep fighting. If no one is with you, you do it yourself. Because you are like a bird. You can be in any place. You can do anything that you so put your mind to do. Whatever you do, just don't stay in the very same place. Let nothing keep you back. Be stopped at nothing. Go hard and keep going day by day. Let's get this.